The name is Tiba, and I am washing dishes at this point in time. So, part 2 of twasa, welcome. Well, what happened was with twasa, he dropped me off at home. I'm feeling giggly. I'm feeling giddy at this point in time. I'm excited by the way that he's just handling himself and everything. You know. So the same day he calls me. He asks me what is up. Excuse me. And then he calls me and asks me because we start to speak over the phone. We start to communicate healthily over the phone, and I like it. And I like it, really. The pace in which he's going with, I like everything. I cannot stop thinking about him. Now that I know his name, so I start looking for him on Instagram. I start looking for him on Facebook. Yes, I start looking through his stuff. I want to know if he has a girlfriend or not. Nobody has posed that question yet. And if you know anything about my dad, it's like mostly everybody has a girlfriend. When you're single, even when you're single, nobody believes you. So I look for Twasa, and I'm like, he is so hot. He is amazing. Yeah. He is somebody who clearly loves the greater things in life, the finer things in life. He's the kind of guy who takes himself out every now and then. He works, as he said, but it looked also to me that he might be running a side hustle or something. Though I wouldn't be sure what it was. Okay, so we keep on talking. We talk about our interests, where we come from. We start to speak about ourselves, our dreams, our hopes, what we like, what our pet peeves are. We start to speak about God. Um, I think he's just trying to scout out at this point in time if I'm the person who is like a person who's like minded, and we're not gonna have any cultural or religious differences between us, you know. So I think that's what he's looking for, and that's what he wants to find. Okay, no problem. I see no problem with the whole situation. For that. So we keep talking for quite some time. I think like 2 or 3 weeks go by, and then he says to me one day, he just calls me on video call, and he's like, you know what? I'm going to Coxstad, and I'm going to Coxstad on the weekend. And I'm like, what are you gonna do in Coxstad? And he's like, no, in Coxstad, I'm just taking myself out. Just wanna go to Coxstad. I just feel like it. Then he's like, okay. Then we go out. Then I say, oh, that's very nice. And then he says, so I'm wondering if you want to go with me at this point in time to Coxswain. And I said, at this point in time, I'm just stuck because I don't have the money. I don't have the money to go to Coxswain. So I say it out loud. I'm like, but I don't have the finances to go to Coxswain. I'm not really, you know. And he's like, no, it's fine. It's my treat. It's my thing. I'll be the one who's going to be taking you to Pakistan. You know, don't worry about anything. And he's like, and I'm like, okay. At this point in time, I'm starting to trust him. I'm starting to, you know, because we have been talking for quite some time. And he calls almost daily. So I like that about him. So then he says to me, okay, we're gonna be going to Coxstad. The day of Coxstad is a Saturday. It arrives. He picks me up. At this point in time, I'm wearing my blue dress. I'm wearing my blue dress. I'm wearing some sneakers as well. I don't want to be too casual, but I also don't want to be too formal. I don't want to be looking like I'm doing too much, but I also don't want to look like I'm doing too little. I want to disappoint, but I also don't want to overwhelm. So at this point in time, this is the outfit that I got. I put on my hat, I have my bag, and I'm just looking nice. The dress is a short dress. It's like very short dress, almost like baby dollish. And it's cut A-line. baby dollish as well. So it's okay. Everybody knows that it's okay, and it's okay with me. Okay, fine. We get to this point. Okay, we get to Cockstack. He takes me to this place called Nolankini. It's like a restaurant with a hotel. And I'm looking at the hotel going, is he planning to fuck me? This is why I'm here. But we sit, we have some wine. We order some pizza. The pizza was like this rustic kind of pizza, you know, those rustic gourmet kind of pizzas that they like to make of their own. So it really was tasty. And then we sat together there. We spoke about a ton of stuff. But when I looked around, I'm looking at all the other girls. All the other girls are like dressed to the nines, honey. Nah, I'm nice, né? But I'm casual Friday. Anyway, so it's during the day anyway. So I'm just sitting there and I'm looking around, and he's got his eyes square towards me, like he's not even looking around. He's just like looking at me, and I'm the one looking around, looking at all these fine ass girls who are he's probably thinking that why did I bring this one here? So after that, after having our pizzas, we ordered another bottle of wine. We drank, we spoke some more, and then he's like, I think it's time we have to go. I say, no problem, let's go. Then we go, and we went home. On the way home, we came, there was an accident on the road, you know, like 2 or 3 cars before us there was an accident. Somebody ran into a car or something like that, and there was police and traffic officers and stuff like that. So that made the whole road very, very, the whole trip very long. Yeah. So we navigated our way back home. It took me home as usual, and I got home in time, just in time. It wasn't even in the evening. It was just daylight, and I was very impressed by that because he knew. I spoke about how I respected the home that I'm living in because I'm living in my mother's house and my mom is deceased, and there are some kind of rules that you have when you're living in a family home all alone. You have to follow some kind of rules. You don't come back whenever you want. Your own duty into this thing, and he actually understood that and he respected that, and I like that about him. And throughout the time, he was just that kind of person. He's a little touchy, you know. I like the fact that he was the kind of person who just held my hand right now. Oh, before he went, you know, we just sat in the car for a while, and then I leaned in for the kiss. I kissed him. He could have rejected me there and then, but he didn't. He responded to the kiss, and then he's like, I don't want you to feel like I'm rushing you or something like that. I wanted to kiss you, but I didn't want to be going, I'm rushing you, and it sounds like there's something, I've got an agenda, you understand? And I'm like, no, I just wanted to kiss you. We kissed again, and then we left. And then he left. I went into my room and I screamed into my pillow in excitement, because as you do when you haven't had a relationship for years, and when you haven't had anybody for years, never mind a relationship. Yes, that's what you do. And so I did that, and yeah, that is the end of twasa. Tune in for part 3 to let you guys know like what happened to twasa, what happened.